Welcome back to our channel. Today we're diving into a really interesting topic that pops up more often than you might think: informal fallacies in everyday life. Ever found yourself in a heated debate and suddenly realized something was off about the argument? You might have encountered an informal fallacy. So let's jump right into 8 common ones. Before we get started, a quick note: a fallacy is a flaw in reasoning. Informal fallacies are errors in logic that often sneak into our everyday conversations. They can make arguments seem convincing, but are usually based on faulty logic. Ready? Let's go. First up is the ad hominem fallacy. This happens when someone attacks the person making an argument rather than the argument itself. For example, "Don't listen to John's opinion on politics. He didn't even finish college." Here, the attack on John's education is irrelevant to the strength of his political views. Remember, the credibility of the argument should stand on its own, regardless of who's presenting it. Next, we have the straw man fallacy. This occurs when someone distorts or oversimplifies an opponent's argument to make it easier to attack. Imagine a discussion where one person says, "We should have better regulations for fishing to protect fish populations," and the other responds, "My opponent wants to ban all fishing." See the exaggeration? It's like fighting a straw man instead of the real issue at hand. Third on our list is the appeal to ignorance fallacy. This is when someone argues that a claim is true simply because it hasn't been proven false, or vice versa. For instance, no one has proved that UFOs don't exist, so they must be real. Number 4 is false dichotomy, or false dilemma, which is when someone presents a situation as having only 2 possible outcomes when, in reality, there may be many. For example, you either support this bill or you don't care about the environment. It's not that black and white. Remember, there are often multiple ways to solve a problem. Next is circular reasoning, also known as begging the question. This happens when the argument's conclusion is used as a premise. For instance, the Bible is true because it's the Word of God, and we know what God says is true because it says so in the Bible. The argument goes in a circle without providing actual evidence. Avoid arguments that loop back on themselves. Number 6 on our list is hasty generalization. This occurs when a conclusion is drawn from a sample that is too small or not representative. Example: "My neighbor is rude, therefore all people in this neighborhood are rude." It's crucial to have a sufficiently large and representative sample before making broad claims. Number 7 is the bandwagon fallacy. It occurs when an argument is deemed correct because it's popular. Example: "Everyone is saying this new diet is the best, so it must be true." Popularity doesn't equal truth. Always evaluate the evidence yourself. Last but not least, the appeal to authority fallacy is where someone argues that a claim must be true simply because an authority or expert said it. For instance, "Dr. Smith says this supplement is effective, so it must be." Experts can be wrong, so it's important to consider the evidence rather than just the credentials. And there you have it, the 8 most common informal fallacies you're likely to encounter in everyday conversations. Next time you find yourself in a debate, keep an ear out for these logical missteps. Spotting them can help you strengthen your arguments and understand where others might be going wrong. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our latest content. And let us know in the comments if there are any other topics you'd like us to cover. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.